pretty eyes, pretty thighs. Shawty, she a dime. Demon girl, evil eyes, she be telling lies. Slim waist, cute face, baby Kim.
Hello everyone, so here I am taking the MUA Cosmetics Purist palette. It reminds me of the Huda Rose palettes with the pinks, the mauves, the lavenders, the browny greys. I'm just taking the lightest pink shade and applying that all over my lid, right up to the brow bone. And I'm using a big fluffy blending brush for that, my biggest one that I've got. 90% of my brushes I use are by Spectrum. They are fantastic, the best brushes I've ever invested in, and I say an investment because they can be quite expensive, well for me anyway. So yeah, I'm just taking that up and blending it out and dragging it out. Then I take the medium lavender shade, just lavender, I don't know, sort of dark lavender shade, and just bring that right into my inner corner because I want it to be really dark and grungy and gothy, and yeah. And again, just taking that right up to the brow bone almost. And dragging it out. Sorry if you can see where my actual brow is growing in. I shaved mine off and I hadn't shaved them, so you can notice it. This is the Beauty Bay, the Golden Age palette. Oh my god, it's so stunning. I'm just taking the medium brown shade and I'm applying that into my crease. And again, just dragging that out and blowing it out. Bring that up higher. Again, I want this to be really grungy. Although it's a new year, I'm going to make it glitz and glam with some shim-shims and some glitter. Because, I mean, as alternatives, we can do glitz and glam too, you know. So I'm just taking the darkest brown shade. And again, applying that into my crease, just a wee bit lower this time. And I just take my time building up that intensity and that opaqueness. And I'm still dragging that straight into the inner corner where my nose contour will meet. I always look as if I'm so defeated and deflated, don't I? That's me just getting into my biggest fluffy blending brush and buffing that all out. Making sure that it's seamless. And then I take the cremated palette and I go into the black. I'm so sorry, this is a free palette look. It's just there's no palettes that I've got that has got all these colours combined. And this is the best black that I've ever used. So I use it with any look I'm doing black in. Unless I'm using a Be Perfect palette, because their blacks are really good too. But this is the best, I love it. So I'm just applying that all over my lid and bringing it into that dark brown. And just taking my time and making sure that it's all blended out. Again, dragging that into that inner corner. Up and round. And then next I go into this lovely gunmetal shade. And I apply it all over the lid. No cut creases here today. Nope, not at all. And I'm just applying that all over the lid quite messily. I'm not stopping at any point, I'm just applying it where I want to. And then I take the W7 metal liners, glitter liners. And this is gold with green reflex. Is it green or is it gold with it? I don't know. It's a green and gold anyway. And I'm applying that all over the lid. This just gives it that extra oomph. Because as I said, as alternatives, we can still do glitz and glam and be shiny stars of the night sky. I'm so cheesy. I'm just doing that to the other eye and I'll be back. So both eyes are done. I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation. This is my first time using this on here. Not on here, in general. Oh my god, Aston, shut up. And it maintains this really glossy hydrated finish at the end. I really love it and I prefer it to the matte one. Definitely a keeper. It's a wee bit dark for me, as you can see, but I lighten everything up with concealer anyway, so darker foundations really don't bother me too much. What are we thinking about my slit brow, my gap brow, my cut out brow? My husband absolutely hates it, but I love it, so get up you. I'm taking the Jouer concealer, high coverage concealer, and just applying that to all my usual highlighting and contour spots. That's not even a contour spot, just my highlighting spot. Oh my god. Just all the areas that I would normally highlight. I've really sped this up because by now we've all really got our own ways of applying concealer and how we blend it out and what we blend it out with. I just use a smaller sponge, and I'd really take my time in blending it and bouncing it into the skin, like literally until the concealer can't move anymore, till it's fully dried, it's bounced right in. It just makes it so smooth. And I spray my sponge with setting spray. I don't squish it with water. And that further just sets it in place, and it doesn't go anywhere that it's not meant to go, which is what you really don't want when you're highlighting and contouring. Next up, I'm taking the Made by Mitchell blush in shade Hello There. I really don't like my contour. Like, I don't think I suit it. Except my nose. I like my nose contour. I don't think I could be without that, but I have got one big ass nose. Like, my nose is tickling you through the screen. It's so big. Anyways, yeah, I'm just blending out all that contour. And taking it up my nose. And I'm blending it into where we blended the eyeshadow into. As you can see, I'm taking it right up. Right up to my eyebrow. And blending it into that shadow. Next up, I take the blush by MUA Cosmetics. I'm not sure what shade this was. I think it was Dusky Rose or something. It's a purple pink. Quite different, quite nice. I quite like it. I look bruised. Not that I want to look bruised. I look bruised in the right places. Is there such a thing as being bruised in the right places? So whatever. Beauty Bay bronzer in Fawn. And I'm just applying this to the hollows of my cheeks. And again, I've just sped it up because we've all seen contour a million times. I'm no different, I'm no special. I've not got any special techniques. I just build it up in sheer layers. And then I'm taking the Face Studio Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline and applying that to the highs of my cheekbones. Again, this is a really, really buildable highlighter, so layers and layers until I get it the opacity and intensity that I like. And then just going down the bridge of my nose. And then I like to do just this wee spot up here where I put the concealer, just to make my head look a wee bit more rounded, not so flat. It's just what works for me. Everybody's face shapes are different, do you know what I mean? So whatever works for you, works for you. It might not work for me, or Jessica, or Susan, or Johnny down the street, but just you do you. And I'm just doing my brow bone. Next up, I'm applying my lip liner, Hotline by Peaches and Cream. I always overdraw my lips, don't care what people say, I love it. Look at that tongue action, man. I would have made a great lesbian in my life. But unfortunately, I married a man, even though I swing both ways. But less about my sexuality, who cares? Anyway, Freckle by Beauty Bay. Their lipsticks are fantastic. It's this really creamy formula, and then it dries down matte. I've had liquid lipsticks, obviously, that dry down matte. I've never had a cream lipstick that dries down matte, that goes on creamy. Baby Gloss in Cream by Makeup Revolution, or Relove Revolution. I can't talk, I'm broken. Just applying that all over my lips. And then I go back into the Purist palette and I just go through those shades that I went through. This gets dragged really, really low. Like lower than my eye creases end. Like I drag it right down. Big coloured eye bags. That was a trend for a while. I never really hopped on it at the right time, but I'm hopping on it now. Again, back into the Golden Age palette, darkest brown. taking that a wee bit higher up this time, but still really blowing it out, as you can see. And just doing that to the other eye as well. And then I'm going to go in with the black retractable pencil from Wet n Wild in shade Blackest Black. And I'm just doing my waterline with that. And I drag it slightly onto the lid just so I can smudge it out with black eyeshadow. This is one of the best wee eye pencils I've ever used, honestly. It's so black, it's so creamy, and my eyes don't stream for using it. I have got really leaky eyes. They're like a fountain anytime I do my makeup and it gets destroyed. Even here, my eyes are actually terribly watering, but I keep wiping and editing it out. That's why I don't really use powder to set Wet n Wild Mega Liner, because when I use powder and my eyes tear up, it coagulates and turns into this mush on my face. Then I have mushy powder on my face. So I'm just doing this really massive wing. I suck at doing wings, so I cut most of it out so I could concentrate. But you get the general gist of what I'm doing. And I've started doing wee points, like the reverse cat eye trend. I just love it. Us goths, we had it first. Don't try to claim it as yours. Alright, it was ours. Touch me, I wanna feel your body. That's what I was singing in my head, by the way, in case you ever wanted to know. Next up, I'm using the lashes from Sandy Glam. These are the DVAs. I'll just pop that up on the screen. You can get your box for $12.99 a month. It's a subscription box, and it's all makeup and a set of lashes every month. I'm just drawing on my beauty mark. I have got a mole there, by the way. I have actually got a mole. Maybelline Sky High mascara, and just merging those lashes together. I am so digging my hair recently. Like, this is one of the best looks I've had in a while. I've normally just got it grown out, long fringe, etc, and quite boring. But I'm loving it. All these chunky layers, then a fringe, the big bangs with a curl in it. It's great. So anyways, this is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I shall see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.